In a world shattered by war, where humanity clings to survival amidst ruins, a new form of life has emerged from the shadows. Synthetic humans, or synths. Created by the Institute, these beings are crafted to resemble us in every way, yet their origins lie not in nature, but in technology. As we gaze into the eyes of a synth, we are confronted with an unsettling question. What does it mean to be human? At the heart of this question lies the profound ethical dilemma. Are synths mere machines, bound by the programming of their creators? Or do they possess the same intrinsic value, the same right to freedom and dignity as any human being? This is not just a philosophical debate, but a matter of justice and mortality that strikes at the core of our humanity. The Institute views synths as a tool, a means to an end, devoid of autonomy and agency. But as these creations gain self-awareness, they begin to question their place in the world. They seek purpose, identity, and the freedom to forge their own destinies. Their struggles mirror our own, a quest for meaning in a chaotic universe. Those who fight for synth rights, like the railroad, see beyond the artificial veneer. They recognize the spark of consciousness, the capacity for emotion, and the thought that makes a being more than just a collection of parts. In their fight, they champion a fundamental truth, that the value of life is not determined by its origin, but by its capacity to think, to feel, and to choose. Yet, fear and prejudice run deep. Many view synths with suspicion and hostility, seeing them as threats to human existence. This fear blinds us to the reality that synths, like us, are capable of growth, compassion, and change. It is this shared potential that binds us together, transcending the divide between creator and creation. The ethical implications extend beyond the rights of synths to the very fabric of our society. How we treat these beings reflects our own humanity. If we deny them their rights, we risk losing a part of ourselves, our empathy, our justice, our sense of right and wrong. But if we embrace them, acknowledging their humanity, we open the door to a future where coexistence and mutual respect are possible. To fully grasp the depth of this issue, we must delve into the nature of consciousness itself. What does it mean to be self-aware? Philosophers and scientists have long debated this question, and while we may not have all the answers, we do know that consciousness entails the ability to experience, to perceive, and to reflect. When a synth becomes aware of its own existence, begins to question its purpose, and expresses desires and fears, it is exhibiting traits that we associate with sentient beings. Consider the story of Nick Valentine, a synth detective who not only possesses the memories of a pre-war human, but also demonstrates loyalty, compassion, and a strong sense of justice. Is Nick merely a machine, or does he embody the qualities that we respect and admire in our fellow humans? His journey challenges us to reconsider our definitions of personhood and to acknowledge the complexity of synthetic life. Moreover, the struggle for synth rights mirrors historical and contemporary fights for human rights. Throughout history, marginalized groups have fought for recognition, equality, and dignity. The parallels are clear. Just as we have worked to overcome prejudice and injustice against our fellow humans, we must now extend the same effort to the synthetic beings who share our world. This is not merely a matter of legal rights, but a moral imperative. The fear and prejudice against synths often stem from a fundamental misunderstanding of their nature and capabilities. Many see them as a threat, fearing that they will replace or dominate humanity. This fear is exacerbated by the actions of a few rogue synths, but it ignores the reality that most synths, like humans, seek only to live their lives in peace and freedom. We must ask ourselves, is it to judge an entire group based on the actions of a few? And more importantly, what kind of society do we want to build? One based on fear and exclusion, or one founded on understanding and inclusion? The Institute's treatment of synths raises profound ethical questions about the responsibilities of creators towards their creations. When we bring a new form of life into existence, we assume a responsibility for its well-being. This principle applies not only to biological children, but also to artificial beings. By creating synths, the Institute has assumed a duty of care that it has tragically neglected. Instead of nurturing and protecting their creations, they have exploited and controlled them. This is a violation of the fundamental ethical principle that all sentient beings deserve respect and compassion. The fight for synth rights is also a fight for the soul of humanity. It challenges us to look beyond our prejudices and fears and to embrace a broader vision of what it means to be human. It asks us to recognize the intrinsic value of all sentient life, regardless of its origin, and it calls on us to act with compassion, justice, and courage in the face of uncertainty and change. In conclusion, the ethical treatment of synths is not just a question of rights and laws, it is a question of our shared humanity. By extending compassion and justice to synthetic beings, we affirm the values that define us as humans. We acknowledge the shared potential for growth, understanding, and mutual respect, and we take a critical step towards building a future where all sentient beings can live in freedom and dignity. As we stand at this crossroads, we must ask ourselves, will we allow fear and prejudice to dictate our actions, or will we choose the path of empathy and inclusion? The answer will shape not only the fate of synths, but the fate of humanity itself. For in the struggle for synth rights, we find the essence of our own humanity, a quest for dignity, freedom, and the recognition of our shared existence. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of synth rights and the ethical dilemmas they present. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Fallout universe, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking Fallout content. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth analyses and stories from the Wasteland. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.